Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Carter James Ranch. Here we are on March 11th, and as you can see, the sun is shining. Spring is here. We're starting to get a little bit of green popping through. We're here at Redemption in a prairie field. So we're still unrolling a little bit of hay, just so that the cattle don't nub the grass down too bad, but we got to keep rotating them. So we've been in the process of weaning off some of our fall calves. We got the fall bulls weaned off. They're down the hill in the corral. And here's the herd, so we're gonna go ahead and get them moving. So might as well start this video with a move. So it might get a little loud here as they all come through, but maybe they'll be quiet. Let's go, woo, woo! Overall, the herd's doing pretty well. We're getting ready for calving to start here in a couple weeks, as well as lambing. So just really thankful to be here in spring. We had a pretty rough winter, actually, weather-wise. Started out the first week of January, really a tough 7 weeks. Had an ice storm, followed by an 8 to 10 inch snowstorm, and then we had a couple bouts of Arctic temperatures. So that's always a little rough on the animals, but everyone made it through. Did real well. So just looking forward to warmer weather and grazing right now. So I always like just sitting here watching the animals run through to see if you can see anyone limping. I can see this gal right here. She might have stepped on a rock or something. They were in a pretty rocky area. So we had a little bit of lice on the animals, but with the sunshine, we had some rain about a week ago. So that should be correcting that. But overall, they're doing pretty well. I want to make sure all the calves walk through here. There's 3 calves here that were born over the winter time. That's one thing that was, I think I mentioned in our last video. We had a number of animals that were in the Arkansas herd that showed up in the fall that calved in the winter time. Went pretty well. I had a couple real unpleasant experiences calving on some real cold nights, -7, that sort of thing. So won't do that again. I mean, obviously we don't calve that time of year, but it's just an experience I don't want to duplicate. Even if I ever buy animals again, I'll want to make sure I'm not getting animals that are calving in the Kansas winter. So we got one little calf there. It's dragging behind, but he'll figure it out. I know who that is. That's 417. So been a pretty good year so far. It's gonna be a busy calving season, and looking forward to it. All the animals are really healthy, and just really thankful that we got through the 7 weeks of winter of real poor weather. So I'm gonna go get this little calf and run him through. He might not know what he's doing with this fence. All right, this little bull, he was born in December, actually, during a pretty poor storm. He's a little scrawny. He's been healthy and active, but he just seems like he's a little scrawny. So I've been watching him, but you know, I've had another steer about a year ago that just always seemed like he was real lethargic. Nothing was wrong with him. He did well, but this little guy kind of always lags behind a little bit. But come on, buddy. We'll get him heading back to the herd here. So gave him a real big area here, so they'll have about a 2-day paddock. Just getting a little tiresome of moving them every day right now. So we're gonna give them a huge area here and let them kind of scrounge on the hay. We're trying to cut back our hay. It's so warm. We're actually got a week of 70 degrees all week. So the cattle won't be eating to stay warm. So we're gonna cut their hay back to unrolling about 3 bales a day, and they'll be able to graze on some of this. We actually had a day last week where we only enrolled 2 bales for them because they were in a brome field. But they're all doing pretty well, starting to get their high mag mineral put out for them as they start getting some of the lush grass. You need to make sure they're getting enough magnesium in their diet to avoid them getting grass tetany. So one thing I wanted to kind of hit on, it's just been an interesting last couple months with everything that's going on in the country. Lots of changes going on. One thing that's come to light with me over the last couple years is, as raising these cattle, it's almost like our American culture. If you ever saw the movie that Jim Carrey starred in a couple decades ago called the Truman Show, where his entire world was fake, everyone was an actor. just feel like the more I kind of look at our food system specifically, and you can apply this to a lot of different things in American culture, it's really the American Truman Show. I mean, you just seem like you're getting deceived. Look at the media. They just kind of try to tell you narratives, and it's not really the truth. So the one thing I really like about ranching, everything out here is real beautiful, real sad. It can get real ugly at times as we deal with life and death. Hey, Belle. It's one of our bottle calves from a year ago. It's a good girl. But everything's real. You know, it's not the Truman Show out here. So that's one thing I've just really been appalled at. The more I get into ranching, it just really makes me want to focus on things that are real and truthful. This morning as I was driving out here to Redemption, I've gotten in the habit of listening to the audio Bible, filled my mind with truth in the morning as I'm going. You can turn the radio on. I listen to some news radio, and sometimes that can just get old. It's just nonsense. So filling your mind with truth is never a bad thing, especially obviously the only kind of truth is God's truth. So, but the animals are doing pretty well. We're gonna have we got about 8 heifers are gonna be calving this year. Next year we're gonna have a lot more heifers that are gonna be calving. So you always got to watch these heifers, first time moms, making sure they physically calve well, and then they do a good job after. So, but we'll do a lot more filming this spring as we're doing lambing. I've kind of taken a pretty long break of doing videos, just been really busy just with the, so many things have changed with the herd, just in the numbers and the scale. And so it's just, a lot of things have been trial and error, but overall everything has gone really well. And we kept the whole herd together over the winter time. We'll be separating out the Wagyu and the South Poles here in about 45 days in preparation for breeding to start at the end of June. But just a beautiful morning here at Redemption. One thing I do love about this pasture is, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's some low-lying areas out there. It's actually got a creek that runs from runoff way up there and runs all the way through this pasture. So we got a creek that's running, so it's great for giving them access to water down there. They'll all eventually find it. So it's just all down in that corner, but a couple calves over there, kind of checking things out, checking their world out. So, beautiful day here in Martin, Kansas. So with that, I'll get out of here. We'll start trying to do 1 or 2 videos a week. Keep you updated on what's going on with calving season and lambing season. And we just got our first batch of meat chickens yesterday. So 250 of those showed up. So spring is here. Giddy up, here we go. A lot of things are gonna start happening. So hope you guys are having a great day where you are. Thanks for watching. God bless, and we'll catch you in the next video.